Yo, what is up everybody? It's P-Sci. Welcome to another video. So, this would not be a true P-Sci deck if I didn't have a combo video for it. So this is the combo video for Kashtira Sprite Snake Eyes. Enjoy! Alright, so the engines bridge into each other very well. I'm gonna just show a few of the one card combos. I'll start off with just Fenrir. Now, Fenrir can access a lot. It can't access the Snake Eyes package by itself, though, but you can definitely get into your Sprite engine, which is really broken. So, say you just have Pressured Planet or just have Fenrir, this is where this will shine the most. So we're going to start off by special summoning Fenrir. I'm going to activate the effect to search. We're going to search our copy of Kashtira Riseheart. We're going to go ahead and normal summon it. Don't special summon it with its own ability because that will lock you into XYZ summoning for the rest of the turn. You're going to attempt to activate the effect and banish for cost. We're going to go ahead and get rid of one of our unicorns from our main deck. Banish Kashtira Unicorn. Now it becomes level 7 and your opponent banishes 3 cards off the top of their deck face down. We're going to next overlay these two for our copy of Mecha Fan and Beast Dracosac. This is such a powerful engine for this deck because not only do you get to go ahead and special summon 2 tokens now by activating its effect, but also you can use this to tribute itself as cost to destroy something going second. I did manage to use that in a duel going second against the Gimmick Puppet FTK, which was really nice. So we're going to use each of these tokens to go into Link Spiders respectively. You could use both tokens to go into a generic link like IP Masquerena and then link these two off, but by playing this small 3-card package, you're allowed to have an extra body. But I understand if you don't have G-Golem Crystal Heart, or you just want more extra deck space, you can cut these 3, but having a Link Spider in this type of strategy is still really good. So you're going to link off the 2 Link Spiders, bring out G-Golem Crystal Heart. This will activate its effect to special summon. You bring back Link Spider. Now you can link these 2 off for your Spright Sprint. Spright Sprint is going to dump any level 2 in the game. The main level 2 that we are going to dump here is a copy of Nimble Angler. Nimble Angler will trigger, allowing you to special up to 2 Nimble monsters that are not Angler. So you're going to bring out your Double Beaver. You can overlay these 2. For your Gigantic Sprite, activate the ability. Detach on resolution, summon out your Swap Frog. Activate your Swap Frog's effect, dump Mirror Mage. Trigger your Mirror Mage effect to search Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier. Now from here, you can activate it to special summon your Mirror Mage. Overlay these 2 for your Totally Awesome. And then you can actually link these 2 off for an extra disruption in the form of IP Masquerena. So, arguably, one Fenrir does get you a lot. And this does create a scenario where you'll have some bodies on board for follow-up. Fenrir by itself can also create Shangri-Ira, but that's usually the play that you want to go for if you're under your own Dimension Shifter or if your opponent Dimension Shifters you. So Fenrir is an extremely powerful card here in this instance. During your opponent's standby phase, detach 1 to special out an extra body, which will just be an extra Swap Frog. Now what's really cool about this board is that if your opponent special summons, Spright Sprint can detach from Totally Awesome to bounce any monster on the field to the hand. I believe it's any monster. If another monster is special summoned while this card's on the field, so even if you IP Masquerena to summon your own SP, you can activate this. Detach a material from an XYZ monster you control, then target a monster on the field and bounce it. Return it to the hand. So this card's actually really broken. Your next disruption comes from You're Totally Awesome. You contribute this Swap Frog or itself to add back follow-up to negate and take something and set it to your field. And then IP Masquerena can link with either this or this to make your SP Little Knight. And then that's basically 2 disruptions, because on summon it can banish, and then it can banish something else when your opponent activates effect. So really, really powerful. That first combo was just Fenrir alone. Now, a lot of these combos will use these cards. Let me show you what Nimble Beaver does by itself. And this is why we play 3 Nimble Beaver and 2 Nimble Angler. If you're going second, you do side out 1 Beaver and 1 Angler. At least that's what I do. So, starting off a fresh combo, we're going to start with Nimble Beaver. We're going to end up with a similar board. So, normal summon Nimble Beaver. That's going to special summon one of your Nimble Anglers out to the field. Next up, you're going to link into your copy of Spright Sprint, and that will trigger its effect to go ahead and dump your second copy of Angler, which will summon out your 2 Beavers. It's from this point that we'll go ahead and make our gigantic Spright. Activate the effect. Now, there's one of 2 ways that you can do this. You can either summon Spright Blue here, and then search Spright Jet, special Spright Jet to search Starter, and then you can link those 2 off for IP Masquerena, and then you can use Starter to summon out either Red or Carrot during your opponent's turn, which can add a couple of layers of negation. Or you could go what we did last time and summon Swap Frog. Swap Frog dumping Mirror Mage adding Freezing Chains special summoning, and overlaying for Toad. Now, because we didn't have that extra body, we don't get the IP, which is the extra layer of disruption. So, in this instance, it is probably better to, off of Gigantic Spright, instead of summoning the Swap Frog, to summon our copy of Blue. So what we're going to do in this instance, for this specific combo, we're going to summon Spright Blue, and we're going to add the Jet. We're going to special the Jet. The Jet is going to give us our starter. So we've got our starter here. We can go ahead and link these off for IP Masquerena. And then we can starter for either our Monster Negate or our Spell and Trap Negate. Monster Negate's pretty safe. You'll take 1200 damage, and you've got this. Or you can just leave it for follow-up, depending on what the rest of your hand is. But basically, 1 Nimble Beaver is just as much disruption as 1 Fenrir in this deck. So I haven't showed you any Snake Eyes synergies with this deck yet, and I will show you that right after I show you how to play around Nibiru when you draw Pressured Planet. I'll need this for later. Pressured Planet and Dimension Shifter. So you can go ahead and start your turn off by baiting your opponent's Droll and Lockbird by activating the Pressured Planet. Then you can go ahead and chain Dimension Shifter, so on resolution you can't get drolled. So from here, you can actually add the Unicorn, since we do play the Theosis. So what you're going to do is add Unicorn. You're going to special Unicorn, activate the effect to search Theosis. Theosis is going to allow you to special summon your Fenrir from your deck. Next up from there, you'll be able to use Fenrir to add Kashtira Riseheart. Activate Riseheart to special summon. You could use your normal summon here, but if you have like another card that you want to normal summon, that is also fine. There is a couple of different things that you could do in this scenario, even under Shifter, like normal summoning a Poplar and searching follow-up. I mean, that's just something that you can do. But since we can, we will use the effect to special summon. Next, we're going to use Riseheart's effect to go ahead and banish another copy of our Fenrir from our deck, because we're going to try and leave 1 on board for the follow-up. That's going to banish 3 cards from our opponent's deck, and then our 4th summon, and final summon that is going to be Shangri-Ira. Now, they're dealing with the Shangri-Ira, they're under Dimension Shifter, and we have Fenrir, and Pressured Planet. So this is actually a lot of disruptions. So during standby phase, you're going to go ahead and special summon another copy of Kashtira Unicorn from your deck, as a disruption for their extra deck when they activate a monster effect. Shangri-Ira gets to lock zones. Fenrir gets to banish down, face down, and then once per turn, when Shangri-Ira activates any one of its effects, you can pop a card that's face up on the field. And if they try to destroy Shangri-Ira under any circumstances, you can always detach a material. If this survives during your next turn, you can go ahead and special summon another Kashtira monster directly from your deck. You can do a bunch of searching, add birth. So this is just really good. And then after that, you get to go into your full combo with your Spright engine. So say we get back to our turn, they can't break the board. We can summon another body off of Shangri-Ira. We can actually link these off now that we're not under Shifter. These will all go to the graveyard. For your IP Masquerena, it really does not matter too much here. We just want to free up a couple of these zones. Your unicorn can search your birth. I mean, this is just standard Kashtira combos, but there is a little bit more. That's the caveat. And then your Fenrir can search your Scareclaw Kashtira. So you just have so many bodies. It's unbelievable. You can go ahead and overlay these for your Mecha Fanabees Draco Sack, and you can still do that combo with the G-Golem Crystal Heart like this. So you activate that effect to summon your 2 tokens. Then you can use both of your tokens to summon out your 2 Link Spiders. You still have your zones. So if you have a Link 2, you can still do that the G-Golem Crystal Heart combo. You link these 2 all the way for your copy of G-Golem Crystal Heart. G-Golem Crystal Heart can special summon 1 to a zone it points to. It not only points down to summon here, but it does also point left. So you can special summon your Link Spider. Now it's at this point where you can make a really fat access code talker. You can also make your, so to just ensure that you have game, you also have a bunch of banishes. Even though you were under Shifter last turn, you're going to have a water and earth and a dark in your graveyard to banish to pop with access code talker. You can also link any of these 2 off for Spright Sprind, which will go full combo in terms of your Spright engine. So it's very strong how by playing the Spright cards, you can actually ensure that your opponent is going to die on the crackback. It gives Kashtira alone might have a little bit of difficulty getting there, but with this engine, you can do so many different things, and that's how I'm able to have so many different pushes in my my matches that I actually play with this. So Access Code Talker is one option. Spright Sprind is also another option. You can do a ton of things with this board if you shifter your opponent and draw basically any piece of the Kashtira engine. That's just how the Kashtira engine works and benefits the strategy. Now, as promised, I will start to do a couple of Snake Eye things. This is probably the most boring portion because everyone's probably sick of Snake Eye, but a lot of people have access to it now. You guys know what Diabellstar, the Black Witch, does by itself. You can even go into your Spright Sprind with this strategy. But what I'm going to do to show you guys is what Kashtira Unicorn and Diabellstar do. Or even if you have the field spell, that gives you an extra body because you can just send the field spell away. But we're going to try Diabellstar and Kashtira Unicorn. So you're going to start off special summon Kashtira Unicorn. Then you can search your birth. Then you can ditch your Unicorn for Diabellstar. Diabellstar can set your original Sinful Spoils, which is full Snake Eye combo by itself. Then you can birth back the Unicorn. Then you can overlay these 2, and that's where we get our Draco Sack. Now, they're going to need to interrupt you here, or else you're going to accrue a bunch of advantage. Theoretically, they could hold Nibiru for this, but I found that this will start baiting hand traps, which is A-okay, because then we can go full Snake Eye combo right after, and we don't need any of this stuff. But if they allow it, you'll summon your 2 tokens, to play around the Bestials, which I always do, and it actually paid off. You detach the Unicorn here. Summon out your 2 tokens. And this also works with Fenrir. Then you link those 2 off for your G-Golem Crystal Heart. Link Spider, G-Golem Crystal Heart, effect, special. Now you can go Spright Sprind. Spright Sprind, dump Nimble Angler to summon 2 Beavers. Now, if they haven't done anything to you so far, that's a great sign, because either they're waiting to ash this specifically and they're not worried about what this can do, but this can do a lot, as I have shown you. But this is just an extra layer of things that they'll have to deal with. From here, you can overlay these for your gigantic sprite just to create room, because once you activate your gigantic sprite, you're locked into level 2, link 2, and rank 2 plays. And unfortunately, the Snake Eyes package is level 1 and level 8. So, you can send a few different things. If you have the field spell, you can send that. You do have a way to access your birth once again, but it's very convoluted. But you can send it since you're not going to have access to another Kashtira monster. And if you want as many monsters on the board as possible, that is something that you can do. So for this instance, we are going to use Snake Eyes Original Sinful Flows to send this off. Even if this gets ashed, we still have exactly what we had before with our Fenrir 1-card combo. But this just gives you an extra push. So now you get to go full Snake Eyes combo next to your Sprite engine, which adds extra layers of disruption, as I will show you. So, Snake Eyes Ash. Snake Eyes Ash effect will give you Poplar. Poplar effect, special effect to add Divine Temple, which is even more disruption, which is great. Divine Temple, you can set a lot of different things here. I usually set my last Snake Eyes card, which is the Oak, but you could set one of your Flamberges. I play 2 Flamberges in my build, if you guys have seen that yet already. But yeah, I just don't have the Snake Eyes Diabellstar. Snake Eyes Diabellstar. I just don't have that card. But it's fine. So we can send these 2 away with Ash's effect to bring out Flamberge. And this is where you can make your IP Masquerena. And since I do, so even if we get nipped here, we can chain your Poplar to bring out your Flamberge. And then Flamberge is going to bring out the Oak and the Ash. And then Oak can actually bring your Poplar to your hand for follow-up. If you have if you have the Wanted poster in your graveyard, you can banish it to put this on the bottom of your deck so your Poplar has something to search next turn, even if you probably won't have the ability to actually use it because you only play 3 level 1s in your deck. But from here, you can actually use Snake Eyes Oak to send the Ash to summon out your other Flamberge. Or any other face-up card that you have. You don't want to send Temple, though. And then from here, you can go ahead and link these off for your Princess. Princess can bring back Flamberge. Flamberge can put IP down there. Then you can link your Dracosac off for your Amphibious Swarm Ship Ambla Whale. And now you've got your full Snake Eyes combo set up with a little bit of follow-up in your hand, and then you can go your Sprite combo. So like before, what you can do with this is actually make either Totally Awesome or special summon your Blue and your Jet. But in this instance, since we already have a bunch of things on our board ready to go, we're going to go the Swap Frog method. So Swap Frog summons out, dumps Mirror Mage. Mirror Mage searches the Freezing Chains. Freezing Chains special summons the Mirror Mage, and then you get to overlay these 2 for one of the best boss monsters in the game, Totally Awesome. So this is a ton of disruptions. I'm not going to name them all, but honestly, we've got Sprind, we've got this, we've got Totally Awesome, and a ton of other stuff that you can utilize, and a little bit of follow-up just off that 2-card combo. And there's many pushes within that 2-card combo, which makes it so strong. Okay, so this video is already 20 minutes long. I don't know if I have any room for any other combos, but essentially the synergy with the Diabellstar and the Kashtira engine really allows you to always be able to access your Sprite engine, which gives you extra layers of disruption, and with the follow-up, gives you the ability to easily OTK and close out games if you don't own the Raging Phoenix Zealantis combo because of the existence of Sprite Gamma Burst. So that's why you play 2 gigantic sprites in your extra deck. so that you can ensure that you can bring out a bunch of bodies turn 1 and then turn 2 to kill them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little video. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.